On June 12th, a 6-year-old boy was callously sitting on this swing before Russian troops killed him with artillery fire. It all happened in a matter of seconds, the neighbors say. They were preparing dinner in the yard when they heard the sound of an explosion.
We were standing right there with Zina. Suddenly something flew in. An explosion right there. I hear an explosion over there. I pushed Zina to the ground. Everything happened instantly, in a fraction of a second. I saw that Victor grabbed the bloody boy. He carried her over there. Victor was wounded by shrapnel. Then I saw that boy's leg was dangling. He had a shrapnel exit wound. And that was it. So sorry to hear about that boy. It's a pity when children die because of, I can't say that, morons. In principle, some leaders who want to become famous in history and become an event in history. I hope you die today.
The child was buried on the same day.
We buried him in the cemetery. I made him a cross. I wrote it as well as I could. It was my responsibility as a former decorator to do it.
What did you write?
Name, surname. I was crying.
The neighbors still can't believe what happened. The mother of the killed boy went to Bakhmut. She could not stay in Lysychansk any longer, where everything reminds her of her son. He was a very smart and handsome boy. He spoke so well, so clearly. He had chiseled features. Very handsome boy. He was always running and calling his mom. It would seem someone else's grief, but there is no such thing as someone else's grief. According to the woman, 5 other neighbors were taken to Bakhmut hospital with shrapnel wounds on the same day. A few streets down, the man's mother and stepfather were killed at the same time.
You can see how it hit. And half the yard was blown away. Коля was lying here, my stepfather.
Вот этот, отчим мой, вот тут лежал он. Там и присыпали песочком. Your father is dead here.
We feel that place was sand, and here my mother was lying. It flew here.
What time did it happen?
Well, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I just wasn't at home. A man asked me to bring 2 cans of water, and I carried it to the next street.
Maxim buried his mother and stepfather right in the garden.
I buried my 2 dearest people. My friends helped me bury them.
Моих 2 человечка.
The exact number of people who were killed in Lysychansk during the full-scale invasion by the Russian Federation cannot yet be counted, because people are buried in front gardens and yards, and some cannot be taken out from under the rubble. Maxim shows his street. On the horizon, one can see Severodonetsk on fire.
There is a house that burns down completely, and the kitchen is in that house.
For more than 2 months, Lysychansk has been without electricity, water, gas, internet and communications. Pharmacies do not work, volunteers bring food to the city, people are not afraid of temporary difficulties. They say they would tolerate it if it were not for the daily shelling by the Russians. Dmytro told how he once tried to help a wounded Ukrainian soldier and was wounded himself as the result.
About an hour and 20 minutes ago, the soldier got hit in the head. I ran to pull him, and then another hit happened. Another man was blown up.
Did you help the Ukrainian soldier?
Well, yes, I rushed with green and iodine to help him. And then there was another hit on me, another man, and a dog. A man was wounded in the back of the head.
Did you have surgery? Was it complicated?
No, it wasn't. They took the shrapnel out and gave me a shot. Didn't even feel it. It's like someone kicked me.
After returning to Privilia, Dmytro found that his house had burned down. Then he decided to take an evacuation bus, first to Kramatorsk and then to Dnipro. Rescuers take people out of Lysychansk every day. Even though the highway is constantly being shelled, Last month, a French journalist was killed in an armored evacuation vehicle. After that, the place and time of the evacuation are kept secret so as not to risk people's lives. Reported by Ksenia Bucha, Anastasiya Volkova, UATV News.